Have you all observed a little girl playing house? You can see that she's not hurrying herself. She makes a list of imaginary tasks. She goes about doing them calmly in a very serene manner. She's very happy to do all that she's done. Now, let's think about ourselves. How are we going about and doing our daily tasks? Are we really happy doing them? Are we enjoying our tasks? There are actually so many factors which are hindering us from enjoying our lives. The first one is ourselves. We are our own worst critic. There are so many times when we would have actually set a mark for us. We would have achieved that also. But after that, what do? Do we enjoy it? Do we celebrate it? No. We think of something else to achieve. We make up more plans. We make more ideas. And then we set about doing those also. Now, there was once a lady called Bogidal. She was almost completely blind. Her vision was so poor that only if the book was so close to her eye and only if it was touching her eyelashes was she able to see what was written in that. But she never gave up. What she did was, she used to sit and read each and every day. She completed her Bachelor's of Arts. She did her Master's of Arts, and then she became a teacher. But she always had the thought that she might go completely blind in the future. But that didn't disturb her. She didn't let it disturb her. What she did was, she lived in the moment. She enjoyed each and every day. So, one fine day, you know what happens if we actually enjoy our lives with what we have at the present? God gives us lots of blessings to enjoy. The same thing happened in her case. After 52 years, when she was about 52 years old, there was a miraculous operation which was found at that time. After she underwent that operation, her vision improved to about 40 times better than how it was earlier. Now, she wrote a book called I Wanted to See. She concludes that book with a very beautiful message. She writes about her washing vessels. And while that might seem to be a very boring job for most of us, she rejoices at getting the chance to see all the spectrum of lights in one soap bubble. How many of us had actually even realized that? Most of us wouldn't have. She ends her book by saying, Lord, I thank thee, I thank thee. All of us have a very clear vision here. But then we take it for granted, right? It's a very big blessing, but then we never count it. So that's what we're going to do from now onwards. Whenever we think of ourselves, whenever we think, okay, I've accomplished this, I've got to go way more, let us pause at that moment and think, okay, I've accomplished this, let me be thankful. So that is the first one. And then the next point is, more than ourselves, we've also got a peer group. There are so many people who are along with us, and there are some of them who are really hell-bent on bringing us down. In those cases, we shouldn't let it disturb us. We should think, okay, this person is trying to bring me down. So that shows a very clear message that I'm actually above them, right? Yeah. So no one is going to go throw a stone at a dead dog. Only if that dog is threatening to bite him will that person throw a stone. And similarly, a thief will not break into an empty house. Only if the house is filled with lots of really good stuff will the thief make up a plan and then go break into that house. Similarly, there was once a prince, Prince Edward VIII of the United Kingdom. When he was about 14 years old, he was enrolled in Dartmouth College. The students there were actually well behaved. But in his case, all his peer students started kicking him. The teachers were actually flabbergasted. They didn't know why all these people were kicking him. And when the headmaster called all the students together, and when he asked them, what is the reason for your behavior? They came up with a very answer which was actually really different. None of you would have heard it. They told him that they wanted to feel very special and they wanted to tell others in the future that they had kicked the king. So, if others are trying to bring you down, always remember that you're actually way more special than how you think of yourself. So, that is why they're trying to bring you down. And in those cases, always remain happy because it drives those sort of people crazy. Today, I'm here to tell you that you've got to enjoy your life. Some people, they really don't think that enjoying life is, they don't even bring it into the equation of living itself. They always set goals for themselves. They try to accomplish all those goals. They try to set even more goals. And enjoying life, it's like some people, they actually equate it to being unproductive itself. So, it's not actually like that. Enjoying life is really important. It's okay to enjoy your life. It's actually not just okay, but it's the very essence of living itself. So from now onwards, there are certain people who even now, they're thinking, okay, in order to start enjoying my life, I should have accomplished certain goals. They'll think, okay, I should reach a certain position in my career. I should have the perfect relationships. And so many other factors. But then there are even some other people who've already accomplished all these things. But do you think they're enjoying their lives? No, most of them don't. The reason is we are not actually taught to enjoy our lives. As soon as a child is born, the child is taught to crawl first, then walk, talk, learn, like get good manners, and so many other different things. But then enjoying life, that is not something which we teach our children. So, I'm here to tell you that enjoying life is a quality which you should start learning from now onwards. So let's start. Start by practicing gratitude. Start a gratitude journal. A person who's immensely grateful is not a person who's unhappy. Then start by setting some time aside for yourselves. Me time is not something which is selfish. You're supposed to prioritize yourselves. Only if your mental health is very well and good, will you be able to support others. At the same time, try to be mindful. We're all living our lives, right? But then there are so many times when we don't realize what is actually going on in our lives. We eat our breakfast, but then we don't think about what we're eating. We just have lots of thoughts running in our minds. So let's stop all that. Let's be mindful. Let's be present in the present situation. Let's think about what life is at the moment. Let us pause. Let us think about all the blessings we've got at the moment. And after we start earning, we all try to build lots of possessions for ourselves. We acquire lots of wealth and we buy so many assets and stuff. Let's change that slightly. All these possessions, you'll get slightly bored after that. It'll last with you for a lifetime. But then there's only amount of enjoyment you'll be getting out of all that. So let's start investing in experiences. An experience gives you lots of memories. And all those memories will last with you for a lifetime. And let us start enjoying and let us start celebrating all the small things which happens in your life. A life is filled with milestones, I agree. But a milestone comes only every mile. But so, let us start celebrating every step we take. Every step is towards our goal. So everything is positive. Let us start enjoying everything. And finally, not every life is a bed of roses. All the lives will have thorns in them. And we'll have to learn to overcome everything. We should remember that even this too will pass. There was once an earl. It was in the year 1900s. He was diagnosed with ulcer. Ulcer, right then, it was a very severe disease. He was given only about 3 months to live. His doctors told him to take lots of medicines and he had to undergo a very gruesome experience. They had to pump out the contents of his stomach every night. Just imagine how it will be, right? It was so bad. After about a month of living this life, he was fed up. He knew that he wasn't living it. He was just existing. So he decided, okay, I only got a bit of time left. Why not live it? Why not enjoy it? So his ambition in life was to actually travel the whole world. He started making plans to travel the world. His doctors told him, if you go on this voyage, you will die in the sea and they will bury you in the ocean. Your body itself won't come back to the land. But then he was very adamant. He told his doctors, I promised my parents that I'll be buried next to them. So he started making preparations. What he did was very different. None of us would actually think like that. He actually got a casket and he took it aboard with him. And then he gave instructions to the people on board. He told them, in case I pass away, you're supposed to put me in this casket, freeze me, and then bring me back to my native land. A weird request, right? But still, that was how he started out his journey. After about a month into his journey, he stopped taking all those medicines. He stopped pumping out his own stomach. After that, he started trying out new cuisines. And finally, he returned back from that voyage in a very healthy state. His ulcer was gone. He was completely cured. He actually lived up to be more than 80 years old. So what does this tell us? If we are going to enjoy our lives, it will actually give us more things to enjoy. If we keep thinking about our present situation and if we keep worrying, there's going to be nothing for us to enjoy at all. Our life is very short, so let's start enjoying it. Thank you.